So, lads, I just watched the Chicago Sky and New York Liberty game, and I kind of wish I didn't. This was horrendous. All around horrendous from the Chicago Sky. Like, I have to say, it is no question about that. Like, it was the worst game I've seen them play. And that includes the Indiana Fever game, by the way. That includes the Fever. The New York Liberty just chilled. Like, the New York Liberty did not go for anything in this game. They didn't go for anything. They were chilling. Like, the Chicago Sky in the fourth quarter had their starters playing against, I'm not joking, Jalen Sherrod, Markeisha Davis, Niara Sabally, Izzy Harrison, or either one of Rebecca Gardner or Kennedy Burke. I can't remember. But literally to end the game, it was the starters versus the bench. And, like, I'm going to be honest, I think the only player that came out of that game looking, like, Sloot wasn't terrible, but I think the only player from the Sky that came out looking good was Van Lith. In fairness, I do think with my actual thoughts on the Sky are correct. Their bench is good, their starters aren't great, and I just didn't realize how bad their starters are. And if you guys agree, subscribe. We are trying to hit 46,750 subscribers by tomorrow. If we could do that, that would be insane. Also, if we get 300-400 likes in this video, that'd be unreal. But I realize just how bad their bench is. And ironically, in a day where I think Caitlin Clark played one of the best games of her career, Angel Reese played the worst game of her career. Sorry. And geez, in a day where Caitlin Clark played one of the worst games of her career, Angel Reese was even worse. Like, obviously, this is where it's going. This is where it's going viral. This clip right here, Angel Reese miss getting blocked. Like this is Angel Reese still can't score layups. Like, fair play to her being tenacious on the boards and all, but like if you're shooting wedgies and the ball's landing in your hands, like at some stage you just got to kick it out. At some stage, you have to kick it out. I didn't think you got offensive rebounds for catching your own blocked shots, but it is what it is. It is what it is. And they were like, look, if you're looking at the seconds when this happens, the scorekeepers can't even keep up with the seconds. But it's a big one. It is a big one. And like, she still can't score layups. And this was just a weird game for Angel Reese. It was just a weird game. Like, I watched the I genuinely watched this game and I'm like, I didn't know what she was trying to do. She had 5 turnovers to 1 assist. She was just chucking the ball out of bounds sometimes. I said it when it happened, when they said she was playing point forward, that I was like, there's going to be some games that are just ugly, and this was just an ugly game. This was a really, really ugly game. Like, again, the best player that the Sky had on the day, I felt, was Hailey Van Lith. I thought she was aggressive. I saw her getting to the line. She wasn't hitting shots, but she was at least creating something. She was creating something, which is exactly what you want to see. And look, it is what it is. Obviously, Angel Reese with 8 offensive boards and only 4 defensive boards. Cardoso, people literally said that I was a hater because I said Camila Cardoso was not going to win Most Improved Player. Camila Cardoso might win Least Improved Player. Like, she plays with the freaking motor. Like, she plays with negative motor. Like, we call Paige Bueckers passive. Like, there is a level of motor that I didn't even know existed in Camila Cardoso. Like, she's big, she's strong, she finishes well. She has negative motor. Negative motor. So, like, look, I don't know how the Sky can win. I don't know how the Sky can win more than 15 games playing like this. Like, obviously, the Liberty shot the lights out. Like, they went in the second quarter. Like, Kennedy Burke 4-4 from 3. Like, she's not going to keep that up. Maureen Johanna shot well, 4 or 5 for Tash. Sabrina only plays 20 minutes. Stewie plays 24 minutes. Phoebus plays 20 minutes. They were all hitting shots. There was days they were shooting 60% from 3. But the Sky didn't even shoot that badly from 3 if I'm looking at it. Rachel Bannum. Obviously, Rachel Bannum is the greatest garbage time shooter in the history of basketball. Beck Allen was fine. But look, Beck Allen, I thought, was grand in the game. Elizabeth Williams, when I was watching, was fine. But like, I'm watching, and it's funny, Michaela Onyeawere was 1 of 4, but she at least looked active. Like, I watched, by the way, I did watch the game because it's not up on League Pass. Like, is it on League Pass now? It was not up on League Pass when I watched it. I had to watch it through. Yeah, they just didn't put it up on League Pass. You just couldn't see, you just can't watch it on League Pass. So I had to watch it through Quita's live stream. I had to rewatch it like that, and obviously it was bad. It was real bad, and we can be honest here. If we're going to talk basketball, we got to talk basketball, but that was up there with the worst. That was the worst game I've seen. I genuinely watched I've watched a lot of bad games. I've watched both the Valkyries games in full. I've stayed up till 5 o'clock in the morning to watch the Valkyries twice. I've genuinely stayed up till 5 o'clock in the morning and to watch the Valkyries twice. And realistically, that was not as bad as the Sky performance. Like, I don't know when do the Chicago Sky have an easy game, because something seems wrong. Ever since that flagrant foul, they've looked shell-shocked. They look shell-shocked from tip. I understand they weren't down early in the game. They did not look good in that first quarter. The Sky did not look good in the first quarter. And let's hopefully we don't get redirected out of WNBA.com because for some reason sends the tickets. Like, Wednesday, like, they are playing against the Sparks on Saturday. I'm sorry, on Sunday. They should beat the Sparks. Like, they should beat the Sparks. Like, there's no excuse for that one. So they play the Sparks, and then what do they have in their schedule? They have the Wings. They're worse than the Wings right now. Like, maybe, you never know. Just like last year, in fairness, when the Sky looked good and the Fever looked bad, you can just go and get your win. You can go and get your win. That's kind of one of the main things. Is where's the schedule? There we go. Like, that's one of those things you got to pick. You got to find out where you get your win. Where you're going to get your win. But, like, they're not going to beat the Mercury. They play the Wings back to back. And, like, look, the Chicago Sky made an Indiana Fever team that looked very ordinary in the last 2 games. Looked like the best team in the WNBA without Sophie Cunningham. And I predicted the Sky to finish 5th. My main reason was I was like, look, their bench is really good. I didn't realize how bad their starters were. Look, Sloot is not a starting level point guard in the WNBA anymore, but she was still arguably their best player today. Their bench is good. Their bench is better than their starters at times. But like Angel was not good today. Like, this is the worst game I've seen her play. She played no defense. She played no defense. The only reason she got the double-digit rebounds was because she got 5 offensive rebounds in 1 possession. Like, if you take out that 1 possession where she gets 5 offensive rebounds, in fairness, she's 0 of 4. She's 0 of 4 from the field. Like, she couldn't even, she made 2 free throws in the 4th, I guess. She missed 4 free throws in a row. It was a horrendous performance, and Cardoso was no better. Ariel Atkins, oh my God, I'm so happy the Fever didn't trade for her. I thought Ariel Atkins is an Olympic champion. She is a WNBA, she's an Olympic gold medalist, she's a WNBA champion, and she has genuinely been one of the most disappointing players all year. And it's so weird. Her and DeWanna Bonner have been the 2 most disappointing players this year. But anyway, yeah, that is the video. Obviously, that's breaking down this game. I watched it from a perspective of somebody freaking viewing. Somebody just viewing stuff or off a phone. And it was just like, I would have hated to have been there. I would have hated to have been there for that game as a Sky fan because that was bad. And I also have to say that the Chicago Sky don't have their own draft pick. So it could turn out the Chicago Sky give the Minnesota Lynx a top 3 pick. Like, they need to get their act together. They don't have their own draft pick. You don't want to give the Minnesota Lynx a pick. And like, as bad as the Fever have looked, the Fever can still grind out stuff. The Fever still have the talent. This team does not have the talent. This team does not have the grit. This team does not have a Kennedy Carter. You don't have a Kennedy Carter anymore. You don't have Marina Mabry anymore. You don't have these players that when things were going wrong would just create energy. They'd create havoc. They'd do something. You don't have those players anymore. And right now you've got a player who, look, Angel Reese looked good in the first game. She was terrible in this game. But like, you've got some decent role players on a bench with nothing. You've got nothing as far as your offensive players. I've always said this about Angel Reese. If Angel Reese is your fourth best player, your team's good. If Angel Reese is your third best player, your team's okay. If Angel Reese is your second best player, your team's not great at all, to be honest. You might make a playoff team depending on how good your first best player is, but you're probably not making the playoffs. But if Angel Reese is your best player, your team absolutely sucks. And I'm not gonna lie, even today, I think Angel Reese is their best player. She is. She's not good enough to be the best player on the team. And I don't think that's a non-basketball statement. You can say what you want. Angel Reese is an unbelievable fourth option, a good third option, a solid, a below average but not horrendous second option, but the worst first option in the WNBA. Like she cannot score layups. She cannot score layups, and the problem is you can't really have her. Yeah, it's just look. It is what it is. Anyway, I'll see you guys.